Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Boerma Institute. My name is Mike Boerma, for those of you who don't know me yet. I'm really happy that you guys are here again. I already saw some people in the chat, so that's a lot of fun. Today we're doing something different. We had a poll last month, and a couple of options were in there, and one of the options that won was Dutch garden style. Then I had another poll afterwards, and I asked again, what would you like for the other month? And in the other month, we had, for example, Dutch master style painting. So I discussed with my mother who wants to do what. So we decided she will do the Dutch garden style the next time she goes live, which is next time? No, we don't know. Karel is next time. So anyway, I will do the Dutch master style painting today. It's the first time for me. I've never done anything like it before. I've done classical design, of course, classical flower arrangements, but never a Dutch master style painting. So I did some research, looked some pictures up online, and well, I have some examples that I'm going to use sort of as a guide for me as to what it looks like, what we should do, what we should pay attention to. So I'll show the pictures to you. Later on, when I make the edit, I will show the pictures, of course, in the edit version, but for now, this is my solution, which is very professional. So we have this picture here. You can see that the tulips are very open. They're in a very late stage of the design of their growth. There's fruits in there, vegetables in there. There's butterflies. I don't have any butterflies, unfortunately, but I do have some other cool props. And what's interesting is that back in the day, these masters, they would paint all these flowers in different seasons. So back in the day, all these master painters would. Oh, I put it wrong. Yeah, thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah. So back in the day, all these Dutch masters, they would take a flower vase and put in some tulips and make sure that they're blooming perfectly, paint them. Then maybe months later, some other flower would be in season, some other flower would be in season, and they would paint, they would put it in the vase and they would paint that, etc., etc. And usually these designs would be requested by rich Dutch people that would want to show off their awesome things. So tulips at that time would cost more than a house. So during the tulip mania period. So if you see like 3 tulips in one of those paintings, that's pretty crazy actually. So I thought that was pretty cool. And actually Dutch people from the olden days already didn't really want to show off, even when they wanted to show off, because they were very Calvinistic. I think they wanted to not show off too much, so they would, when they would be appearing on pictures, they would just wear black clothing and very calm clothing, not so very extravagant. So that's pretty interesting too. Last time I did the live stream, I was replacing Frédéric Dupré, and I did a design with lilies. And I told you that the lilies were not open at the time, and I would take a picture later when they were open. So I did so, and I will be photoshopping those 2 pictures together, so that, of course, after when the lilies were blooming, the rest of the arrangement was completely dying. So so I had to figure out a solution. So actually, that's kind of like what the Dutch master painters did, having the flowers in their perfect time of life into one arrangement. So now I will do kind of the same by photoshopping in the lilies in a later stage of their life. There's actually a Dutch artist who is doing that too. I will look it up and add it into the video later when I am editing it. But it's pretty interesting because he is taking all sorts of photos of different flowers in different time periods and then combining them in the same way. So, a whole long introduction, sorry about that. Then what do we have here? Just a couple of hours ago, I went to a, how do you call it, a thrift shop. Thrift shop, wow, that's a difficult word to say for a Dutch guy, thrift shop. And I was looking for some nice old vases because we don't really have any pots or anything really old that would fit in this style. So I had two different ones. I had this one and I have another one, if maybe Angelica could pass it to me or my mother. I have this one, which has the classical Dutch Delft blue handles on it, and it's a big old copper pot. So I like that one a lot. And then I had another one, which I thought was, thank you, which I thought was very cool, but it unfortunately was broken. But it has a scene of people having dinner. So very Dutch people having dinner. I think also 16th century. So that's kind of fitting to the design, but maybe another time I will make a design in there, because just 2 hours ago on Instagram I asked people which of those two vases I should take, because I had no idea which one I would use, and 70% of the people, more or less when I was checking, voted for this one, so we're going to use this one today. Inside the pot there is a plastic container, and then I took some plastic sheet over it, and then I put in 5 biodegradable Oasis bricks so that I can easily work in there. I could also work with chicken wire and then put the flowers in that way, but that would be tricky with the copper pot, because having the water in there, it would cause some kind of chemical reaction, so I would try to avoid that. Then for the flowers itself, I have all sorts of different cool materials. For example, I have Nepenthes, which is a carnivorous plant, and it's actually one of my favorite plants. I really love it. I think it's super beautiful, very special look. And I have some Ripsalis, which can be nice and hanging. So I have different materials for different materials with different attributes, and so these are hanging materials, so I will have them droop down, and some materials I have long and thin, they will go up. So I think I'm gonna, even though I've never done anything like this before, I'm gonna use my knowledge that I learned during the professional course and the advanced and the master course, and my knowledge of the golden rule, and try to replicate more or less this feeling that it has. Then I have these beautiful dried from last year, what's it called again? Artichoke flower heads. So they are dried, and I will put them in. I put them on wires, a double leg, and on the plant they grew like this. They were going down and then were going up again, so I want to replicate that situation in the vase. So I will do it like this, and it will be a nice element like that. Maybe a little bit shorter. And I see Angelica has a question or a hi or...
Well, first of all...
Yes? 1 minute, please. Yeah.
So, first of all, we have a few people saying hello in the chat.
Hey, hey.
We have Joe Redon saying bonjour de France dans le garde.
Oh, bonjour. My French is not very good, and my apologies. But I'm guessing you're saying something like I'm watching from France. So, welcome to the stream. Happy that you're here.
We have Taiwan giving you thumbs up.
Hey, Wenyu and the other teachers, welcome.
We have Felicia Nistor saying hi.
Hey, Feli, good to have you here. And congratulations again with your exam that you successfully rounded it off. How do you call that? Successfully passed, finished. And finally I sent you the pictures. I'm sorry it took ages. All right.
And we have Frida saying hi, everybody.
Hey Frida, welcome, welcome.
And I see we have our dear Connie van der Westerlaken saying hi, everyone.
Hey Connie, good that you're here. Leuk dat je er bent. Thank you very much for joining in with us. Connie will be giving a masterclass in the end of May. It's, Mom, what was it? Can you help me out? 21st of May. Friday, 21st of May, she will do a masterclass focusing specifically on bridal work. So that's going to be cool. She's going to do the technique, amongst other things, I think, but maybe you can confirm, amongst other things, the technique that she did during the live stream. So that's going to be cool, I think. Angelica.
We have Piet van Kampen saying, wish you a good show, Mike.
Hey, cool, Piet. Leuk dat je er bent ook. Dankjewel. Thank you very much, Piet, for joining us.
And we have Sharon Linton saying hi from the UK.
Hey, Sharon. Good to have you back again. That's great. So we have Pete in the chat, who is a big Floral Fundamentals. Yes, well, he's partner. Yeah, he's a partner, but he's a lot more than that, of course. But just like Connie van der Westerlaken, we are both Floral Fundamentals ambassadors. Floral Fundamentals ambassadors, which means that sometimes we are allowed to make designs for the Floral Fundamentals magazine, which is a free online magazine that has all sorts of floral inspiration in there. A lot of commercial works are being made so that you, if you are lacking any inspiration, can check that out and yeah, you know, start making things. And it's great because what we are using for those works are actually some of the Netherlands' most beautiful products, the best products from the most amazing growers. And you can find all the names of the growers on the Floral Fundamentals website as well. And every time when you see a design on there, Sue Phillips, really lovely lady, she has written down all the varieties that are used in the designs per grower. So you can order by grower, and then you know you will be having wonderful materials. I'm just going to grab a little bit more Ripsalis, which is over here. So, and let's see, looky here. And actually later on today I'm going to use some flowers from one of the Floral Fundamentals growers as well. Actually there's probably more in here. We always try to have a lot of Floral Fundamentals products, but I specifically met with one of the Floral Fundamentals growers to use his flowers. Angelica.
Yes, so first we have Ammo saying hey from Ammo.
Hey Ammo, leuk dat je er bent. We miss you over here. We miss you, Ammo. It would be nice to see you.
We miss you
again.
a lot.
Yes. Our amazing intern, or ex-intern, and student of the advanced course. Yes, that's also true. Yeah.
And Connie says, yes, I will be teaching some techniques. And indeed, I will be explaining the wire technique I've used for the bridal bouquet during my live stream.
Yes, that's awesome.
And a question from Taiwan.
Yeah.
May I know what the names of the dried flowers are?
Yes, artichoke. Is that also the Latin name? I don't know, actually. With plants, I don't know a lot of the Latin names. But my mother is saying yes, so it must be true.
And it's also a vegetable.
It's also a vegetable, yeah. So you will notice a theme in here. There will be a lot of vegetables. My Angelica and our diet sustains mostly of vegetables.
Plants.
Plants, yeah, we have a plant-based diet. So lovely Nepenthes coming back over to the other side. Dripping down.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
What was that big round thing you just put in the arrangement?
Yes, a knolselderij. Is that what is that in?
Celeriac.
Celeriac. Wow. So I put that in for the color and for the interesting texture and the shape. It has these wonderful spots and everything, and the color will come back in other elements as well. So that's why I have it in there. And oh yeah, maybe you can tell, but we have a lot of flowers. There's going to be a lot of flowers in here, so I hope you are very comfortable right now with a cup of coffee, or maybe if it's late at night, if you're in Taiwan or on the other side of the world, maybe you have a nice drink. So hope you are relaxing and enjoying. Angelica.
Well, almost says, oh, cute. I miss you guys too.
Oh. Yes. So this is some very interesting leaf. begonia leaf, and that's also nice and round, a calm shape in there that I will put a little bit to the base. I will put a couple of them in there. Maybe later I will come back with them too. So I'm just building a base with calm materials on which I can build further upon later in the design. Look at how interesting this one is. Maybe you cannot see it from the camera over there, but it's furry actually, and maybe Axel can see it on the second camera. Oh no, you're doing something different. So, and make it come back over here, like that. And of course a little bit to the back as well. Because there's never really a backside to a design. There should never be. Because maybe someone is walking around the corner and they are seeing the back and it looks ugly. Or there's not even flowers. That would be a disgrace, but it's possible. Never on an event should you have something like that. But this arrangement I'm making today is probably not really for an event. You could, but I'm going to add some materials in later that aren't really very handy for an arrangement that should last long. So, but what do we have more? I have some beautiful fritillaria that I have left over from Frederic last week. We ordered some extra because we wanted to take some pictures of his arrangements. So careful, actually I should hold it a little bit higher. And I'm cutting them off very short, but they're leftovers. So, let's see. I can see on the camera exactly where everything is ending up. And again, I'm just doing this by feeling, not by repetition, as I've never done anything like this before. So a little bit lower, grouping over here. And aren't they lovely? Such a nice, interesting movement. Such a nice, interesting movement this one has. So let's make it come out to the other side, like that. So a little bit more diagonal. So, and fritillaria, they will grow a little bit more up towards the sun again later. Lovely, lovely fritillaria. Let's see here. I'm going to go a little bit more to the front. Yep. And when I look at those Dutch master painting designs, I feel like they're always very full. There's a lot of materials going in there. So I'm going to replicate that. There's going to be a lot in this design. But I don't want too much fillers with leaves. So I'm taking off some of the leaves. So I have 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. I don't like that too much. So I'm going to make one come back over here. And nice and deep into the Oasis. So, and the color palette is a little bit gloomy or dark. Smells nice. Then some other big flowers. I'd prefer to start with my big flowers first. I have some, oh wait, no, let's not forget about this one. So this is another material from Frederic, leftover from Frederic. He used it in a very big design. Of course, this one is not going to be that big, and he has already used it, so I would feel terrible to cut it short if it wasn't for that. But he left it here, and otherwise it would completely die. So I'm going to put it in here too. Maybe the stem is quite short, but that doesn't matter. So let's see, I'm starting to hide a little bit behind everything. So careful. And it's a little bit at the end of its life, this flower. But that's all right. We can still enjoy it. Yes, it's a still life. So, and I'm gonna put in a little bit more. And I love the color that it has. a little bit purplish pink. So let's have that color come back over here. Angelica.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, Frederic told that the flower that you just put in is the flower from the Egeveria.
Correct.
But then very big.
Yes, yes. Everything in Frederic's garden is ginormous. So if you want to check out his garden, of which he is very proud, go to Au Jardin du Frédéric, I think.
I think something. I will check
on
it.
Instagram. Anyway, something Jardin, something Frédéric, and you will find all his materials. And then sometimes he's putting his hand next to a leaf, and it's like giant. So, all right. Yes, my mother is coming with the bucket. That's lovely. Then, yes, I should not forget. So, yes, over here I have a lot of vegetables and fruits, and I think that goes in very nicely. And I had some apples too. Could you check? Yeah, and that is perfect for an arrangement like this. Of course, the Dutch masters would always use them. Beautiful big grapes. This morning, Angelica and I went to the market because yesterday was Thursday, and there's no market in our town. There's a market that Angelica and I go every Saturday. They have the best products, really lovely, and they're very kind and helpful people. The people from Blom, that's what the family name is. And yesterday I went to the supermarket to grab some fruits and stuff at the supermarket, and then there were grapes, but they were tiny like this, and they weren't really on a nice big big tros, we call it in Dutch. I don't know, can you help me out in English what it would be in English? A tros. And then they were all in small little ones, little bunches, and that was not so nice. So then I looked up online, and luckily on Fridays they are also in our town, but in a different place. We go every Saturday, and it was actually the owner's last day. So we were very lucky. So it's a bunch. Very lucky that they were there. And the guy it was his last day, and he's gonna go for a new challenge, he said, in life, because he's been doing it for 30 years. And it's kind of a tough life as a market stallsman. You have to be there every time during cold times, always in the wind. So, and it was his family business, so he was the last in line, and then he passed it on to one of his colleagues. So the stand will always be there, but it was his last day today. So he was having, everyone was saying goodbye and everything. Then I have some kapucijnsers, we call it in Dutch. They're some sort of beans, and I think they pickle them in the Netherlands, like onions. Also lovely purple color. Now I'm going all over the place, by the way, because this is a very small element. I should be adding this later, but it's lovely anyway. And maybe he is actually, maybe the people from the fruits and vegetables are actually checking it out right now, because they asked me why we were there on a Friday, when we were always there on a Saturday. So they might be checking it out. Angelica.
Capuchins.
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 Capuchins?
I think some. Yeah.
Okay, capuchin beans. Anyway, lovely purple color, so it matches the design great, I hope. And I like having fruits and vegetables in the design. It's pretty cool. We do that too during the advanced course. Then we combine fruits and veggies and flowers. Of course, when you are doing that, you should think about the process. And by that I mean flowers, obviously, they die, they wilt, just like fruits and vegetables. And some fruits and vegetables, like apples, they release gases. Ethylene gas, my mother says it's called. I believe so too. And when this, I can confirm, I think it's also that name. But anyway, ethylene gas. and that makes the rotting process of the flowers go even faster. So you should think about that, which flowers you combine. Also, when you use iron in apples, for example, then they will rot, oxidize, and the rotting process goes faster, the gases come faster. So it's better to use wood. So I will be using wood. Then we have eggplant. I only have one, but it's a shiny texture. The grapes also have a sort of a shiny texture. So let's put that in. I'm putting in wood, sticks, like I told before. It's better for the flowers and the veggies. So, and I'll stick it in. Where do I put it? Not here, because this is quite a dark color already. Can you even see it there? I don't think so. Maybe I'll put it on 2 longer sticks, and then I'll put it in later. Yes, that's what I will do. Okay. So, like I said before, never done this, so it's going to be a fun process. Not in this way, at least. So, yes, lovely. But maybe some less fragile flowers first, because I have a beautiful lily that's really open at the end of its life. But it's very fragile at that stage, even more fragile than usual, so I'll wait with that a little bit. Let's introduce another color. So I have now in there a lot of dark purple colors, but I have used other elements that are not dark and purple, so I'll make it come back. I have some lovely celosia. I believe that summer flowers as well as marginpar have celosia. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. Just checking. The fact checks. Not everyone fact checks, but I'd at least like to. Yes, Angelica. Oh no, you have I see that's a difficult question.
No, well, first of all, Shaida says hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Shaida.
And a question from Taiwan.
Yes.
Is the floral design inspired by, I think, paintings?
Yes.
Usually more one-sided?
Well, yes. I think officially it should be, it is one-sided, because the painting is only made from one side. But I think if you are making something like this for an event, that you should consider all the angles. So, so if someone walks to the back, then they should be able to still have a lovely angle. Let's see. Nah, it was a good position, but today I'm making it, of course, for the live stream, so I'll make it a little bit more one-sided too. Although I will still make things on the back side a little bit, so that you have the right depth that should be in an arrangement like this. Yeah, I don't want these together too much, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah, I'll put some other colors in between. Or put this one here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, this one will come here a little bit more. And then, so, because you want to avoid having the same colors too much close together, because then you get things that look like one big blob of color. And that's something you want to avoid, because everything is worth a certain price if we are talking economical. And if you make things look like they are one, multiple elements look like they are only one element, well, then you are losing your hard spent money. So better to have them a bit further apart. But of course, also this is something that Frédéric talks about in his class, that you should try and have certain colors come back. So we have this cream color comes back here, but also it has a little pink and it comes back somewhere else. It's actually all, of course, basic color theory, but try to apply that and you will see that your arrangements will look better. Because the first impact probably that people see when you're looking at your design is the color. So color, shape, and those two things have the biggest impact, I think, in the beginning. So this can go. Then I have some beads. I never thought I would use beads in a design, but look at how cool they are. They have such a nice color. They actually there, I didn't even need the rib stylus, it's doing the same. So, same movement. Maybe we have that come back on that side. And I'll put them on sticks. Big beads. Yes.
Beats by Mike.
Yeah, not Beats by Dre, but Beats by Mike. That's interesting. Interesting movement. Because we're, I'm not destroying anything, am I? I'm repeating kind of the movement that's going on there, I think. And just one would be weird. So I'm adding another one. Yes. Hello, sorry. Hiding a bit. Let's see there. But it can't go any further, so I need to take it out. I could smash and smash until it fits, but it's better to take it out, cut it again, and then cut it shorter and then place it back in. So, and what's coming on one side should also come back to the other side. So let's make the bead come back from here, like that. Maybe, yeah, something like that, I think. Okay, just one over there, because rules are made to be broken. Some more other colors. Lovely grapefruit. They have orange, they have a little bit of the beige, and they have a little bit of reddish pinkish color, which is also in there. Actually, I wish I was taller. Referencing, yeah, wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. It's kilo, right? That was something that Gregor was actually referencing in his live stream. Because not only does Gregor like Motown, he also likes rap. So it's a very bright one, and I can see, yes, I want it there, but longer. So let's try that again. A little bit longer stems. So like that. And still a lot more to go in there. Yes, I think so. Yep. Then, so this is what I was talking about. If you want something to last for a long time, you're not going to use this type of thing, right? But I'm using it for just one photo and just one live stream, so I am actually going to do it. And I like it for the color. So, pop of color there. And one is none, some people say. So, like, not the right angle. Like this? Yep. Ooh. I'm getting color all over my hands. Smells great. Then, let's put in some apples. Because why not? On a stick of 2. Because that makes it a bit more stable. We got a question, Angelica.
Well, not a question, but Anna Grigorenko says, kinda getting hungry now. Grapes look delicious.
Right, they're amazing. And I actually ate one before the live stream, and they're really good. Okay, so I'm going a little bit too far now. Maybe I should put in the apples later, because I need to put in some flowers. Sorry? Yes, more flowers. Because I need some connection between them. So, some beautiful purple roses, and a trick I saw from Amy. Is it Amy Nicole? I think that's her last name. And she does it like this. I only know that if you want to open your roses, you you blow into them. But she also does this trick. What's up? Yes, the microphone. I'm sorry, I hope the microphone didn't blow up. And some other people do like this, but I think if you touch the petals too much, the bacteria from your hand, they go onto the petals and then they start to rot a little bit faster. So I prefer not to do that. So some lovely roses. Okay. So I'm coming to the front a little bit so that I can see a bit more. So we're, oh, yes.
That's normal. That's supposed to be like that, right?
What's supposed to be like that?
That on the bottom of the arrangement,
yeah.
You have
oh,
fallen.
Yeah. Yes,
petals
this is
and stuff.
on purpose. Yeah. Okay. So, and yeah, oh my God, we have so many lovely materials again today. I feel like I'm missing a bit of purple on this side, so let's have some more come out. Maybe, you don't see this one here, but on this side you can see it, so I'll put some more. And actually hiding some flowers in the design can also make interesting points that when someone is walking around the design, they don't see something from here, but when they walk around to the other side, suddenly there's a lovely surprise. Angelica.
Yes, question from Taiwan. So flowers usually used for this kind of design are bigger with stronger impact?
Actually, yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. So actually, usually the more impactful flowers are the more exotic ones and the ones that you don't see so very often. And those have a higher impact value. And that's the same with these materials I'm using today. A lot of them have a very high impact. So, how does that look? Yeah, we're getting there. Then, so we got something else left over from last week. It's a protea. And it has a lovely curve. Where am I going to put this? Some orange. Yeah, I think we feel like I don't see this so very much over here. So let's have some orange come out from here. So, and if I look at those Dutch master painting style designs, I always see that they have some flowers that are really like coming out of the design. And I'm more or less doing it in my own way. I'm doing a little bit more grouping, I think, than you usually see with these type of designs. But that's, I guess I go there because I feel more comfortable doing that. So orange there, orange back over here. This one has an interesting angle, but I want my flower there, and that would be a little bit unnatural. So I'm taking another stem that has the correct movement, like this. See, this one is going up. And this one maybe can come a bit more here. Maybe. If there's another stem. Of course, now it becomes a bit of more of a challenge with everything. Let's see. It's a bit too samey as the orange, but let's keep it like that for now. Then, my lords, okay, we have some other interesting ones. We have this beautiful Matthiola, purple, and if I look at this place here, I feel like I can use some more materials. So let's put some Matthiola in there. Yes. What's up? So is it starting to look like a Dutch master painting? I don't know. It just looks like a lot of cool flowers to me. Ooh, I would love it if this one would be a little bit more up. Can you? Yes. Yes, we can. Okay. So, some anthurium. Yes, we're going out. We're going out a lot more. Let's say? We're going out for dinner. Yes, I wish. Well, actually, you're allowed to again in the Netherlands. You're allowed to go to the terrace. Let's see. Let's see. So I want this one to have a bit more, not so much of a straight movement. So I'm bending them. And then I hope that they do, yes, Angelica.
Felicia says, Mike is looking so good. I think the master Dutch painters are envious because it looks much better than in the paintings.
Thank you very much for the kind words. Yes, well, then I feel a little bit better. Well, actually, I'm feeling quite good about this one because I love the colors. And even if something might not, the design might not be exactly what you think it will be. No. Yes. No. Yes. Sometimes the design might be a little bit different than you expect, but if you have your colors correct, no, I don't want this. If you have your colors correct, then at least when someone looks at it, they say, ah, you have such lovely colors. I heard that some people do that. When they don't really like a design, they just say, ah, lovely colors. So you didn't make the colors, you just, well, you combined them. That's also a feat, I think. So yes, and now here we will do a third. Otherwise, it will be weird. And why will it be weird? Because then you are just repeating it too much. And you need a little bit something different on one side as opposed to the other side. And actually, what do you think? With or without? I don't know who I'm asking. I think myself or everyone.
I think they're maybe on too much on the same level.
Yeah.
Like their ears.
Yes, that's a good point. I was like, there's something off about it. But they're a little too short to repeat that high.
Next to the grapes on that side.
Yes, that might be a good one. Yes, coming back to the front.
That they're, going to the front.
That's interesting, because then I can use them shorter. You're right. Yes. A little bit more like this, I think. But not like that. Going through the Galex leaf. So, oh, nobody saw that, huh?
Yeah, that's a corsage.
Yes, that's a corsage. So, and why should you always use two hands to bend something? Well, you just saw it, huh? You need to carefully, gently massage the flowers, and then they will listen to you. And I know that, but still, sometimes I forget. So like that. That's the nice movement, I think. Angelica.
Yes, so Kalia Lidaki says, good afternoon.
Hey,
enjoying Kalia. Another live demo from Mike.
Thank you very much. Welcome. I'm hoping you're comfortable and enjoying.
And
well, you just said you were enjoying, right? I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
And Anita de Vries says, who is going to paint?
Who is going to paint? I think if there is a painter in the family, it's Angelica. She actually has oh, careful now. She actually did a higher education on painting, and she paints very lovely.
Thank you. But I can't paint like the Dutch masters. I can try, but...
So, another one, because I want the third one, exactly here, I think. When I look at the design, it kind of tells me it needs it. Maybe I'm cutting it too short. Why did I do that? Yes, I cut it just too short. So, that's nice. It's not very deep in there. I should have kept the stem a little longer, but you get the idea. Angelica.
Yes, so first a question from Amo. Is this a one-sided arrangement?
Yes, yeah, very much so. Actually, like I said before, I think that there should not be any one-sided arrangements. If you make it for an event or something like that, you should always have all sides be interesting, because someone might see the back. But for now, as I'm doing this for you, and as the Dutch master painters would also do in the past, they would just make it for one side, because painting is 2D. So, let's carefully put this in here. So, a little bit of an angle. Now we get some tall scabious go in here. Angelica.
Yes, Jacqueline and Jimenez Townsend says un bodegón, or and I think in Spanish it means it's a still life.
Yes, correct.
And we have Piet van Kampen.
That's the inspiration for today. Yeah?
Saying, you do a great job, Mike. It is not easy to design standing behind your work, but you do it very well.
Thank you very much, Piet. I'm sorry sometimes I'm showing my back.
But you're in the right color.
Yes. I actually took a shirt today that has some master painting style designs. Yeah. Yes.
So,
yes, Angelica.
Connie says Mike can take beautiful photos, so it will look like a Dutch painting too.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this one on a black background like I normally quite often do, and I think that automatically makes it so much more dramatic, the black background.
Or like a dark blue would be also very nice.
Yes, a dark blue, but then not shiny like we have normally, but how do you call it? Matte. No, it should not be paper, but it should be cloth.
Ah, yes.
Yes, with a nice texture on it. I think that Sean Koopman from Floral Fundamentals recently bought some of those things, some of those cloths. It makes for a very interesting photo shoot.
You can do that during the masterclass.
Oh yes, yes, that's good. Yeah, actually we are organizing a photography masterclass with Sean Koopman. So if you're in the Netherlands and you have always wanted to learn how to make those pictures work very well, then Sean can teach you, because he's a very experienced photographer, specifically photographing flowers. So, yeah, when is that, Mom?
June 29th.
June 29th, okay. June 29th, yes, de batterij zit daar in de... So a little bit lower on this side. Let's see here. Yes, Angelica.
Yes, so Pete says Scabiosa Scoopy from Margin Par?
Yes, I believe so. This is definitely, is it? I'm not sure which scoop, but it is definitely a Margin Par product. Very lovely, fitting in nicely with the design. And I think Scabiosa is one of those flowers that you see a lot in those replica designs of those old masters. Oh, zet hem uit. Hij moet eerst uit en dan pas... okay. I actually would like some more on the other side, so I have to show you my back again. Sorry, and Angelica, you have...
Yes, so Amo says, well, the fabric of your Gillette, or Gillette, or
yes,
is nice and shiny, so it's not too bad looking at your back.
Thank you very much. Looking all fancy up in here.
So, and Marion Harding says, it's awesome, Mike. Choice of flowers and colors, the paintings used to reflect life and death.
Correct.
Thank you for treating us. Mike. Groetjes.
Groetjes terug. Thank you very much, Marion. Yes, correct. Actually, life and death. So we have some dried flowers materials in the arrangement as well. And later we will introduce some other things into the design too. And I think, Mom, you had some pomegranate cut open, did you not?
No.
Could you, please? I believe it would be nice. Because this is a nice pomegranate, and that's really one of the classical fruits that you see in these designs a lot, right? So let's put in some pomegranate. I don't know where, but we will put some pomegranate in there. Let's see, where do we have some space? Yes, Angelica.
Shaida says mooi en kleurrijk, so beautiful and colorful.
Thank you.
And Piet van Kampen says, you can book me for a class by John Koopman already for the fun-packed day. It's already worth your while.
Thanks. Yeah, I think it will be a lot of fun. I will also join because I know a little bit of photography, but I don't know a lot. And I think as a florist, there's so much to gain by knowing how to photograph. First off, because when you learn how to photograph, you learn how to look at a design differently. And you start to analyze your designs differently too. I was allowed to do some photographs for Floral Fundamentals magazine, and I was able to photograph all these beautiful designs that they made. And while I took the pictures, you talk with the designer and talk about what is the exact angle they want, and then you look at it and then you reflect on the golden rule and everything. So I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so the pomegranate cut open. And some sticks for that. Yeah. I have some sticks for that. So that's 1 stick, 2 sticks, because 2 feet are more stable than just 1. And I think I should have it on the side where there's already pomegranate. Angelica.
Well, it depends on how big the foot is.
What? Sorry?
It depends on how big 1 foot is.
Oh yes, how big the foot is to make it stable, yeah.
But S. Javeri says Dutch painting comes to life. Mike, you do justice to the Dutch master painting works.
Thank you very much. That's too kind. Thank you. So then what I also have is some tubes on wire, and I have this for this specific purpose. The stems of this begonia are a little bit short, and I want them longer in the design than that's possible. So I have to work them in like this and elongate them like so. And now suddenly we can go a lot more outside of the thing without interrupting the shape too much. So you are not able to see the technique eventually, so that's good. Then some more color. We have some beautiful dianthus, also left over from Frederik's masterclass. And that brings in some light color again to the design. Angelica.
Yes, question from Amo. Is the black part of the container part of the base, or is it a separate part?
Thank you for asking. Yes, the black part of the container is not part of the design even. It's just something to elevate the container. Later on I want to put some nice tablecloth under it. Before it was just flat on the table, but it was not so very elegant, and I want to have some movement go down a little bit more. So if I have it flat on the table, that's not really possible. So that's why I did that. And you have another question, I see.
Yes, Su Sang says, do
Hey,
you
Sue.
know the Dutch artist Bas Meeuws? He makes modern versions of Flemish traditional botanical paintings.
Yes.
This really reminds me of that.
Is it,
and hi to everyone, by the way.
hey, welcome. This person, is that an actual painter or is that someone who does photography? Because then that might be the person I was talking about earlier, but I didn't know the name.
So Sue says also, Bas Meeuws is not my thing, but your arrangement is.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. My mother says yes, it's the photograph person. Yes, so that's exactly, I didn't know the name, but that's what I was trying to reference. There's a camera over, there's a big TV over there, so I can see the arrangement from the front. So if you're wondering why I'm sometimes walking very strangely around the design, that's why. So, make some dianthus come back over here. There we go. Yes, and
Yeah, so it was exactly the person you were talking about.
Cool. Lovely. Well, so then I don't have to add that in later because Sue already did. That's great. Thank you. Angelica.
So first of all, Connie says, could you please send me the price info for the masterclass with John, I think.
Yes.
She loves to join.
Cool.
And Amo says, and for how long would an arrangement like this last, considering the fruits that are already cut up?
The cut open fruits, they ruin the design pretty fast, I think. I would assume. I've never done something like this before, but yes, the gases would make the flowers last less long. So that's why I would say if you are making this for an event, well, an event only lasts one day, it should probably not matter too much. But if you are making this for an event that lasts a bit longer, then don't cut up open the fruits, because I think that takes off some serious time of the lifespan of the flowers and of the fruits themselves either, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, well, or be prepared to how do you call exchange all the flowers and fruits.
Yeah, true.
So the fruits, one thing that they will do is dry out,
Yep.
the ones that are cut open.
Of course, yes.
But for the rest, like a whole day, that would be fine.
Yeah.
And be ready for insects.
Yes. So, well, I think, yes, well, you cannot have an arrangement like this without tulips. They're a little bit on the short side, but they are beautiful. They are like a parrot, I think it's a parrot type, yes, that's what you call them. Parrot tulips. Oh yes, and I have, my mother's reminding me, but you have the tubes. Yes, that's very true. So I can make them longer. That's the whole point of the tubes, which I forgot. But I think that's nice. So, cut them a little bit shorter, and then I'll place them, where will I place them? Because they should be having a nice movement, like that. So there we go. And actually, maybe, does the tulip want to do it? It's very tough. I should have actually had it droop a little bit more before. So if you are working with tulips and you want them to hang a little bit more and then grow up again, then you should take them off the water and then let them droop and then put them in the design when you have the water in there. And then they will take the water again and then they will go up again and they will become strong. Angelica, you're waving the flag.
So Sue says, I am glad that we think alike.
Yeah.
See, I'm not only useful for plant names.
Yes, thank you.
And
like a plebodium blue star, was it? Yes, if I remember correctly. I will never forget that name now, though. Yes, Angelica.
And James Malloy says,
hey, James.
Perfect tulips, little dancers.
Yeah, right. They have such an incredible movement. They add a lot to this design. So, a little bit more outside. Angelica.
We have David Sims saying, Hi,
hey.
Mike. Looking good. Love what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I was wondering if you would be here today. That's so nice. We were actually talking about you earlier. All positive things, of course. Also missing you. All right. Yes, so that's going outside even more. Yeah, it's going all over the place, this design. And when I do something on one side, I want to repeat it on the other. Oh my god, this one is so big and lovely. Look at that. Oh, no, look at that. Yes, there it is. Flopping it out of the screen. Yeah, very nice. And maybe I shouldn't even have taken off that leaf, but let's see. If I put it here, will you see it? Yes, you will. That's nice. But not so much, eh?
I think it should be in front of the, how do you call the leaf again? The furry leaf?
Yes. But if I put it there, then there's quite a lot going on there. But I have some space, and I want to have it go up. Yes, is there Oasis there? Yes, there is. Actually, I should put it on double legs on wire. Yes, what a beauty. Yeah, that's nice. If I would have a longer one, I would put it there. Ooh, another lovely movement here. Yeah, that's it. I hear confirming sounds on the other side of the computer. Yes. But for this one, I will definitely need to put it on wire because I'm afraid it won't go in too deep. Of course, when you're making a design like this yourself, always be sure that it goes as deep as possible into the Oasis. But I just don't have any longer stems and I want this effect. So I'll put it on some wires. Okay, where was I? Here, I think, huh? Yes. No, that's not working. It's too much wires now. Actually, only need a little bit. Angelica.
So Marion Harding says, Tulip Fever, the best book on the history of tulips in the Golden Age in Amsterdam, where you could buy a house with a tulip bulb. Due to viral mutations, the tulips looked stunning, classed as rare.
Yes, and this tulip mutation was, I think, what colored the petals and such. It made the petals a different color, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I need some more drastic materials. So, there we go. Actually, I'm bending the wire before it's touching the tulip because this is like a 2mm wire, otherwise it would easily break it. It's heavy duty. And please, some Oasis would be nice. Yes, well, there we go. Yeah. That's it, I think. And this one, maybe a little bit more here. Yeah, there it is. And then hopefully when it gets some water, it will go up a little bit more even. So, yes, oh, yeah. Well, I was talking about this Floral Fundamentals grower before, and that would be a pity to not use it. It's Willem Brouwer from Crown Jewels Gloriosa. Really amazing Gloriosa this man grows. I did an interview with him. You can see it already on our channel. That was a grower talk, we call these videos. And they actually used these Gloriosa for the royal wedding. So you can check that out. And unfortunately, since COVID and everything, they are not doing so well because the event sector is hit very hard. And Gloriosa is one of those special flowers that people usually use a lot, as you know, in events. So, but why not use it more in the flower shop? Just use one stem in the bouquet. And you can see what kind of transformation this bouquet makes and how beautiful the material is. So, popping in this bright color, we have some soft tones, soft pink already in there, but now we have some bright pink in there as well. And of course, when we add the color like this, I have to bring it back to the other side as well. It might even be a tad bit of a harsh color, but I think it adds such a luxurious flavor to this design. So, can we get this stem in? Yes. No, but it's going down too much. I prefer it to go up a little bit more. And then it gets harder and harder to see where there is the oasis. And every flower should still have its place. Otherwise it's, needs to be a bit more visible. But it shouldn't take away of the other flowers. Yes, that's it, I think. And then I need just one more. So after this live stream, we'll have May vacation, so the school will be closed for a week. We'll have some time to catch our breath a bit. Yeah, that's lovely. So make it come out to the front. Take off some petals so that it doesn't disrupt the rest of the design. Angelica, I heard the sound of... oh, yes, so they have these little grabbers on there, so watch out when you remove the leaves. I almost pulled off the head, that would be a pity. Yeah, a little bit more of those off. Angelica, sorry.
All good. So to come back to the story about the tulip.
Maya?
Yes. Sue says the virus is called tulip break virus.
Oh, cool.
The parrot tulips you are using now is a result of viral infection.
Cool.
It made the petals disformed and discolored.
Oh.
It can also affect lilies as well.
Cool. Nice. Thank you for that information. I think it's nice to also, if you would work in a flower shop, these types of stories are really nice to be, if you're able to tell these type of stories to your customer. If you know a little bit about the grower, if you know a little bit about the background of the flowers, I think that's really good. Because as a florist, you're selling emotions. You're not only selling flowers, you're selling something that they will probably give to someone else. So it's nice. Have your customer be able to tell a little story when they bring those flowers. So this one, a little bit more there because it was quite dark over there. Maybe I can actually see there's quite some dark spots. Am I hiding the fruits too much now, or is it still a little bit interesting that it's half covering it? I think it's could be a little bit higher. So, don't want to cover that, yeah, but it's interesting like that, I think. Okay, then, that. And I also always see flowers sticking out in a weird way when I look at these designs. So there's like flowers growing towards the bottom. Yes, yeah, that could be. Like they're drooping. No, they don't want to go in there. Some berries, so that the berries would be a repetition. Hypericum would be a repetition of the grapes. So that's why I would like to add these. Yes, a little bit shorter. A little bit more of them. And they're quite light. There. Are you even seeing those? No, I don't think so. Angelica.
Annie Dekker zegt prachtig, al die kleuren. So beautiful, all these colors.
Thank you very much. So maybe I add some more of these later into the design as well. I mean, you can go on for ages with a design like this, but I won't go on too long. I think I'll wrap this one up in a sec. But then again, I always say that. Angelica? Oh, no?
Oh no, I was just laughing at what you said because it's always like, okay, yeah, last flower, guys. Yeah. Oh no, one more flower.
Just one more flower. Maybe one more.
Are you also going to use the not the scabious, I'm sorry, the ranunkel?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Last flower, right?
Yes, last flower. And I also didn't put in the lilies, but I think there's not even a place for these lovelies. But what there is a place for is these beautiful ranunculus butterfly. Careful now. These ones, Frederic had them also last time, but a different color. And they're a new variety of ranunculus, and they have a beautiful effect. So, yeah, just looking at my table, how I'm going to clean this up in a sec. Oh, actually, we're just moving the whole table out of the screen, I think.
Yeah, lucky you.
So, we can go in there. A little bit more from the center so that it's radial. There we go. And yeah, these came out of the cooler this morning, and then they were still very much closed. And now, not long after, they are all open. Really, they exploded almost. Yeah, and I see this one moved. And I can use a little bit more over there, I think, too. So a little bit more pink in between these colors. Right, yeah. Angelica.
So Amos says they almost look like poppy flowers, those ranunculus.
Yes, they do, huh? Yeah, they're pretty wild.
And Pete says ranunculus butterfly from monarch flowers?
Yes, correct. Thank you, Pete. I did not know who would have these. But that's a great one to check out too. That's probably why they are called butterfly, because of monarch. No? Angelica.
Anita de Vries says, heel erg mooi.
Dankjewel.
With a smiley face with hearts in their eyes.
Thank you, thank you. Oh yes, yes, Anita has one of the Boerma caps. Ax, do you have the Boerma cap with you? Nope. Nope.
Do you?
Nope, no, I have other cap on today. But we have our merch. No one's wearing it today, but we have these caps if you want to help out the channel. We sell them on our web shop. And actually, I was thinking on another way, because as you can see, quite a lot of flowers and other materials go into these designs. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe if you want to help us out. Oh yes, here are the caps. So we have the blue one, we have the gray one. Yes, and there's
pinks are sold out.
The pink ones are sold out. We only had 3 or 4. But yeah, if you want to help out the channel, I was thinking about doing a Patreon before. So maybe there will be like a small amount that you can subscribe to us for a couple of euros a month or something, and then you get some behind the scenes pictures. Maybe sometimes I create a structure, then you can see how I create the structure. That could be a thing. And then you are just helping us out, covering the cost of all these flowers and materials, and quite some time goes into producing these and editing these. So anyway, your support would be greatly appreciated. Angelica.
So Taiwan says, this work is so rich and beautiful.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to clean the table a little bit. I'm going to throw in some elements. I didn't use this one, but this one is also lovely. It was a leftover from Frederik. Angelica.
So Sue says, I love those ranunculus. They have such a botanical feel to it.
Amazing.
Really adds the golden age design.
Ooh, yes.
Really adds to the golden age
you.
design.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna broom this all away later. I didn't even use any greens, did I? Only the ranunculus, the ripsalis. So a little bit of a tablecloth on there. I just want to show you something. Can we maybe pick this up? Of Axel, can you maybe put on the tablecloth? I'll pick up the flowers. Yep. Holy crappers. That's heavy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Whew. That's all there is. A little bit more. Ja, je kan nog een klein beetje. Nee, dit is goed. This is good. So we have a nice pineapple. Of course, the people would gift the pineapples in the old days, and it would be like a sign of luxury. Then we have some beautiful ginger. We always cook with a lot of ginger at our place. And it's a lovely little piece, so maybe add that over there. Yeah, graag. And I'm just moving out one sec from the screen, because this is maybe a little bit more macabre. Macabre, or macabre? We say macabre? Macabre. Macabre. Sounds very dangerous. But I got these from the thrift shop as well. Not these came from the vegetable man. So little skulls from, I don't know, what are they?
Deer.
They are also deer? So maybe other way around. And usually I would not buy these things in a regular store, because I don't really like how they get them. But this was from a second-hand store, so I guess they were already owned by someone, and they are already very old. So I don't mind it too much, but I wouldn't buy these at a wholesaler, personally. So some purple on the table, yes, the photolashes. Thank you. And then I have some some paintings I bought ages ago, and they are like a photo, and then someone painted on some hands. And I think it's fitting, because in the old days people would put the things that they liked together like this. Yeah. So, and then, oh yes, we have candles. Yeah, Angelica.
So, first of all, Amo says, this is a truly opulent floral design. The 16th century is quaking. Or 18th century, he says. Sharon Linton says, yes, great idea for Patreon.
Ah, yes, thank you.
And she also says, thank you, Mike, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And Amo says, little piece of ginger, he says. I've never seen such a huge chunk of ginger in my life. Where do you even buy those?
So that's from our market guy. He's in Hoofddorp. So if you're in the neighborhood of Hoofddorp or Haarlem, they also go to Haarlem. It's Stefan, Blom, aardappelen, and something. Well, and anyway, Blom. You can see it very big on the name of their stand. Oh yes, and another idea I had for the Patreon was to do a higher level Patreon, and then we do a monthly class, maybe. But that's just an idea that's in my head. I'm not sure how we will do it, because getting the flowers will be difficult, but there's an idea for you. Yeah, we'll have a look. So maybe some apples. Yes, Angelica.
So I don't know if you maybe forgot those, but we were also talking about it. But Sue says, haha, if you add in some big seashells like Nautilus, then it's really the golden age.
Oh my God,
whole package.
I forgot them. Yeah, you're right. There should also be seashells. Yep.
No.
No pumpkins, but every season. We need every season.
Okay, every
in one
season.
picture. So, I think so. And then we need something to balance out the other side. But yes, Angelica. Oh.
Yeah, you need to cut it though.
Yeah, we'll cut it and eat it. Yep.
Well, S. Javeri says stunning. And
Misschien kan je hem opensnijden. Yes.
S. Javeri says stunning.
Hey.
And very sweet. David Sims says happy anniversary to Angelica and Mike.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, 9 years together.
Yeah, yesterday we were 9 years together, so that was our celebration. So, yes, so that was our celebration, and then maybe this is in celebration of the vegetable guy who is taking his days off, and then we will have a nice little vacation together. For a week. We're not going anywhere, but so all right. So then this is that design finished. I'll take a picture of it later, and everyone can check it out. And yes, there it is. Yeah, lovely, because there's such a beautiful color in here. Yep.
In front of the ginger, next to the photo thingies would be nice.
Yeah. Well, I could also do that later. The ginger moves to the back, and then we move that around a little bit. There's some room to play. So that was this design. I'm gonna move this out of the way together with Axel. And then we're moving on to the next design. So we move this one my direction, if you could please, Ax. I think this should be fine. We can do this. Yeah. Yeah, so be careful. We go towards the back a little bit. Are we out of the way? No, we're not. No. Then we turn. Okay. Okay.
So, Mike, in the meantime, we are getting a lot of happy anniversary from Kalia, from Amo.
Thank you very much.
And from Henny Dekker also saying gefeliciteerd.
Dankjewel.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, now we're out of the way, huh? Yep. That's great. Thank you very much, everyone. It's really, time flew by. It's crazy, huh? But still in love, very much in love.
What did you say?
Huh, what?
Oh, yes.
Okay, then we go move this one. It's quite stable. Oh, sorry for the noise. It's going to be noisy. Can we go to the back a little bit? Oh, I forgot to do the thing.
It's okay. Do it for the picture. So much stuff.
Wow, how nice. Look at how this looks like a master painting. Oh my God. well, we'll do it for the picture. Picture for the thumbnail. So this one, I've used this type of material before, but I just thought this one up yesterday. And it is made by some of these plastic containers. Maybe we have some to show. Some of those plastic bowls that we use a lot. Water saucers, my mother calls them, and that's probably what they are called. Not flying saucers, but water saucers. And it's two stacked upon each other. Why? The first one, I drilled holes in it, so then it doesn't contain any water anymore. But I drilled pieces straight into this syringa tree branches. And then I combined them, like 4 or something, so that it's nice and stable. And then I had some longer pieces to this side. So if you see the whole picture, which it's not really possible to see it completely in the frame, but later on when I take the photos, you will be able to. If you see the whole picture, then it has like the golden rule in proportions. So, a little bit more. I'm moving everything around. Yes, thank you. So it's just these regular water saucers that you also have when you get plants and such. So there's that. Then I just grab a little bit of water, because I'm talking a lot.
More water?
Yes, please. Yes. And then the tools, I put them away. Okay, thank you. So some water. All right, so then we come to this next design. There is cornice, aka dogwood. Oh, there's a question.
Well, one of the lights is showing in the screen.
Oh, thank you. Where? Which one?
Softbox.
This one side or?
No, the other.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, the bigger one.
Yeah, the fourth.
This one, yes. Okay, thank you. This one wasn't? No?
No, it's good.
Everything
No,
all right?
it is.
Yes. Now it is, but now if it's stable, it's okay. So, sorry for that little technical break. And what I had in mind for this, so we have a lot of lines going on, and I thought maybe we just do something simple, some flowers just straight in there, because the previous one was quite a lot of materials. And then we have some more matiola, and I think the English people call this stock. And I will put that in here following the movement. There is Oasis biodegradable foam. It's going in the container, and it's like a couple of old blocks that I used last time. So I reused them, and not everything was pierced. Then I rubbed my fingers over it so it looks a little bit like mud. And then the container is covered with clay. So normally you would probably have to spray it with what's it called, wood glue or something, but you need something to have it stick better, because mine dropped off a little bit. So that's a normal thing. So some more matiola. And here in the school we always use the Latin names, because then no matter where you go, well, wherever you are in the world, you can always buy flowers at the auction. And then they will know what you mean. Of course, sometimes people use a little bit of a different phonetic system, so the pronunciation might be different, but more or less it's the same idea. So, and one a little bit shorter. And these matiola, because they are getting water, they will curl, or they will move up again. So if you put a matiola down like this, then it will grow again like this. So this is an effect that you can take into consideration when you create your design. I think even at one of the World Cups, there was a Dutch designer. I think at one of the World Cups there was a Dutch designer, and he actually grew all his flowers. Was it Wim Haasler? I don't know. he grew all of his flowers beforehand for the World Cup so that they were growing into a certain way. Anyway, my mother isn't sure, but there was someone who did that. So I think that's pretty impressive. You have to think a lot ahead of time, and then you can make use of that. So I am trying to have the stock in the same diagonal movement of the dogwood. I like that word dogwood, it's cute, but it's cornus in Latin. So, growing upwards. And then, of course, tulips also do this. They also grow towards the sun when they get water. So we can also repeat that same trick. So I put it in diagonally, and then eventually they will grow upwards. And some of these already are growing at an angle, so I'm just making use of the movement that they already have. And it's kind of like it's kind of a diagonal or parallel design. And I know that these will grow a little bit more. So I'm super much looking forward to everything starting to become normal again. I think the vaccines are going relatively well. I've heard some people in my age group getting vaccinated in, I think, August or something? Who were we talking to recently?
Ike. I think Ike was talking about his girlfriend, but she that's because she works in a hospital.
She works at the hospital, so she's getting vaccinated right now. But I think they say that around August we can expect to get vaccinated. And then we can start traveling again. I could come to you if you want. If you want anyone of our school to come to you, we can come to you and teach. Of course, whenever you are able to come back to our school, it's possible. Next year, I hope everything is relatively normal again. So then that would be possible for us to celebrate our 40th anniversary of the school, which is long overdue now. So let's celebrate together. That would be nice, huh? And the Theo Boerma Cup is going to be happening next year, isn't it, Mom?
Yes, 22.
22 something, what? June. 22. Oh, yes. Yes, in 2022, I thought she was calling out dates, but in 2022, the Theo Boerma Cup will happen again. So that is a floral design competition in honor of my grandfather. And any old student or alumni of our school can participate in that, but actually anyone can, right? If you're a designer or a florist and you want to join, you can definitely do so. Probably in June, because that's when the Aalsmeer Flower Festival should be happening again. And if there's no Aalsmeer Flower Festival, we just make our own party. So more tulips. So I have them more or less evenly distributed. So now I'm gonna interrupt that even distribution by sometimes putting some of them closer together. Because if you have everything so in an even division, it gets a little bit boring. So it's good to sometimes break up the monotony, not only of life, but also in design, and have some more clusters and have some different distances between the flowers. My apologies. Well, we have them. Why not use them? It's a little bit big maybe compared to the rest of the design, but this lovely fritillaria, which I am tearing apart, I'm sorry, feel terrible, but since this is a linear design or a parallel design, I want to see more of the lines, not so much of the leaves. So I take off a lot of the leaves, make the stem a little bit calmer, clean them off nicely, and then look at the movement, which is also diagonal, so that, whoa, this is such a huge stem, oh my god. It's also diagonal, so it fits in nicely with this diagonal theme we have going on. Nice and big, whoop, there we go. Yes, lovely. Ah yeah, which is nice, some product placement by my brother. We have these Oasis rose scrapers. I don't know if they work so much on fritillaria, but these are perfect for roses. So if you have roses and it takes you such a long time to use a knife, you can use this, just pull it along, and then it goes really fast, so that's good. And you don't cut yourself on the thorns or anything, so that's pretty cool. Angelica?
I can confirm that the rose scraper is also usable for other flowers.
Oh.
If you have flowers with a softer stem, just don't squeeze that hard and it will be fine.
Okay, that's great to hear. Thank you very much. So we're back from the commercial break. Very cute, this one, compared to the others. The others are ginormous, so this one is very small, which is lovely because I like to have the balance of some bigger ones and some smaller ones. What this looks, oh yes, I'm sorry, Ux. Yes, let's try. It also works for this, yes.
You see?
Whoa.
What a cleaner soul.
We're gonna make some commercials with Ux. There we go. This one comes to the other side. Oh yes, and this is the Lee Towers movement I'm using now with my knife. So or the chaka. So I'm using my arm instead of my wrist. When you use your wrist, you don't have so much momentum. Angelica?
Taiwan says they are so useful.
Yes, indeed they are.
Yeah, they ordered them for much.
Ah yes, what do you say, Ux? How much are they? $2.95. Oh, they're on sale. Wow. We should give Axel a microphone too, because I'm not sure if you hear him, but he's a really good infomercial guy at this moment. So Fritillaria, careful that it doesn't break. So now we have some 2 on this side and 1 coming back on the other side. Now it makes sense again. Angelica?
Yes, question from Taiwan. Could you please repeat the name of this longer, bigger, dark purple flower?
Fritillaria. 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 So, and then Liatris. Beautiful long ones. Also from Frederik's masterclass. So thank you very much, Frederik. And let's put those at the regular angle. So, where is this going? That's what I sometimes ask myself. Yeah, there we go. Angelica.
So, Sue Sang says, Fritillarias are wonderful flowers, but I can't stand the smell, if you know what I mean.
Yes, it's a very special smell. I actually don't mind this one. This one is not so bad, indeed. But Fritillaria is so lovely, but it's rightfully pricey, because they are a little bit more, they are like the cost of 3 or 4 roses, depending on the rose. But you know, they have such a unique movement, which you can't really have in other flowers, so they're well worth the price, and they elevate the design, and they have such a great vibe that they add to the flower design. So in this Liatris, it's also one of those flowers that has a movement that cannot be really replicated by a lot of other flowers. So every flower serves like its own goal, basically. Every flower has its own goal in a design, because they all have their own characteristics. And some have characteristics that are rarer than others. So it's really cool to learn those flower names and to learn where they grow, all those type of things. It's very useful to have that knowledge, especially if you want to make things like a vegetative design or vegetative design. Then you really got to know your biomes and all that kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. Sorry? Angelica.
Yes, so Taiwan says they are so expensive here and
Yes.
usually very small with single flowers only.
Yeah, there's a lot of varieties, and there's also the one that has only the one head. But this one is really cool. But the other ones, they are a little bit cheaper. They are the single flowered ones, but they are great too, I think. But yeah, I can imagine that those are really expensive in Taiwan. But on the other hand, you have orchids and such that are very cheap, relatively compared to here. So how nice is that? You have your own, every country, every continent, I guess, has their own varieties that have a different price because they are grown there. And so much beautiful plants in Taiwan. I remember when I was there, the monstera growing outside and everything. That was so lovely. So when COVID is over, we're coming back to Taiwan, right? There's the Boerma Instituut in Taiwan. Working together since 1991, no? Mom? Almost, yeah. There's lots of students and teachers over there. Okay, what do I put in next? I think this is getting quite lovely. Purple is my favorite color. Last time we were working with yellow, which is the opposite of purple. Yeah, and actually the cornice in there is also yellow, which is the contrasting color. Yeah, green, yellow, lime, maybe. Oh, I forgot these. I forgot these in the previous design. Look at this texture and this color. How lovely is that? Very interesting. It's a little dark here, but yeah, this has such an interesting vibe going on that maybe I'll add some later in the other one for the picture. Angelica.
So Taiwan says yes, indeed.
Yes.
And
Really
Sue
nice.
says these are the Fritillaria persica.
Thank you, Persica. Indeed, they are. Yes. So then this color is not really in the scheme, but I think it's nice for the texture because the rest is quite closed texture-wise, and this flower is very open, and it's also left over from Frederic, so why not use it? And it has little berries, and it creates this more open feeling, open layer. I'm not sure if you're able to see it on the screen, but it's adding some nice bit in there. Angelica.
Yes, so Taiwan says yes, almost 30 years, and
Yeah.
you all both welcome.
Thank you very much. Would be nice. I'm looking forward. There was such, it was nice to meet the whole family and visit all the schools. And there was such nice food. Thank you for taking care of me so well, because every time there was something new and interesting to eat, especially with my dietary restrictions, sometimes it can be difficult. But it was always cool. And it would be nice when the Theo Boerma Cup happens again to have the Taiwanese students participate here again too, but I think they are very eager to do so again. Angelica. Oh, sorry, I heard the crackling sound of... So, really some airiness. Can you even see it? I don't know. You will have to see it on the picture then. Because it adds some interesting texture. And I think it's almost red. The berries are quite red, but the purple in the tulip is also a little bit going that way. Oh, and I see another flower I forgot to add. My God. I should have a list, a checklist. Is this in? Is this in? And then I have to do it by hand.
Well, I'm sorry, Mike, but I think there are even two.
Oh no. What did I forget more? I think the dianthus I forgot.
Then I think maybe three.
Oh no, there's... Oh my God.
Dianthus,
Yeah, the Lizzie.
Lizzie's, and Calla, Xanthodacia.
Yes, the Xanthodacia I didn't put in. Sometimes I overestimate and sometimes I underestimate what goes in there. specifically since I never done that one before. Okay, that's that. And then because while we're at it, why not? I add some of this dianthus. It also has the yellow of the cornice inside, so why not? And it has a nice movement. Angelica.
So Sue says, shall we go to Taiwan together next time?
That would
And
be great.
we can visit the Orchid Island
Oh, yes.
there as well,
Orchid Island.
where the Phalaenopsis are originally from. Beautiful place.
Cool. That would be awesome. I'll give you a heads up. Let's see, I'm trying to not break anything while I'm putting it into there. Oh, sorry. Yes, very nice dianthus, this one. And this is what connects the colors into the design. And every flower that's in here has a little bit of a different shape, a little bit of a different texture. And that's what makes the design interesting. Angelica.
Yes, question from me.
Oh, okay.
Where would you put this design?
Yeah, where would you put this design? This is a good question, but it's a big piece. I would say it's more like an entrance piece of maybe a hotel, or could be in the lobby, could be next to the buffet table, could be anywhere. But if I had to choose, I would say it's a lobby piece for a hotel.
I would even think on the bottoms of the stairs against the railing, the rail where you put your hands.
Repeating the movement.
And
That's a good
then
idea.
following the staircase, maybe.
I like that. I like that idea a lot better than what my generic answer. Yes, hotel lobby. So then of course we need some of these girls a little bit shorter. How short? This short. Okay. Yes, sorry grower, Mr. Grower. And oh yeah, talking about dianthus, I don't know if they have this variety, but they definitely have a lot of other lovely varieties. Media Verdi is a really great, really amazing dianthus grower. They don't only grow dianthus, they also grow viburnum, but they have a nice variety of these lovely dianthus, like maybe 20 types or something, I don't know from the top of my head, but it's really good. So I have some there, then I see a space here that I want to have a flower too. So there we go. And then, sorry, I have to move around the design a little bit because it has to go into the foam. So how about this one, guys? It's still a little bit of work in progress. But how do you feel about it? Do you guys make this type of design, the diagonal design, often or not? I think it's one of those things that doesn't come up so much, huh? So, Hypericum to go a little bit light. Maybe a bit more. No. So, Hypericum, Hypericum, Hypericum. If I had even more, I would probably place some over there. So, that's quite a lot of flowers in there already. I think that's, question, yes.
Yes, question from James Malloy. Maybe you said it already. What are the brown branches for the base?
This one, yes. It has a very interesting way of growing. It's a syringa, so lilac. It's a lilac branches, so a lilac tree. And yeah, after a couple of times of harvesting, a couple of years, I don't know exactly how long, but sorry? 80 years, that's a long time, longer than I expected, but after 80 years, they will get new ones. So then they take out these, and then they sell them, or they just burn them, which is a pity, because they are very interesting to use, and they have this kind of swampy appeal, I think, if you use them other way around, because normally, of course, they grow upwards, but I use them bottom side up, upside down, and then they look like roots, like mangrove roots. So they remind me a little bit about Florida, and that's also where the dogwood is native to. So that's a funny story inside the design. And yeah, I think I see that I want one Liatris there, and I just have one. So, and that's going to be the last flower for this design.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, because there's no more Liatris. Yes. Okay. Like that. All right. So that was this design. Maybe I add some extra flowers in any of these designs, and then you will be able to see them in the final pictures, which I will show on our Instagram and our Facebook, and that you will be able to see in the edited version of this live stream. I might even add some dogwood more coming out over there. So, thank you very much everyone for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. It helps us out a lot. You can share the videos that we do on your Facebook, on your Instagram, maybe WhatsApp. I don't know. Anyone that likes flowers and would like to see some designs being made, it would be fun. And yeah, please hit that like button down there. And then I say again, thank you very much for watching everyone, and see you next time. So in 2 weeks, it will be Karel Schenk, and then we do a little round as we always do, you know. We all wave goodbye, and thank you very much, guys.
Yes, and if you're interested in floral design, materials, supplies, tools, you name it, you can take a look on our webshop, floral design supplies.nl,
Yes,
for all your amazing tools and tricks.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time.